Welcome to Moon Mind Temple. As you prepare for rest, allow yourself to relax completely. The journey to deep sleep begins with letting go of the day's concerns. Breathe deeply and slowly. Feel your body grow heavier with each exhale. Tonight, we return to ancient Buddhist wisdom, teachings that have endured for thousands of years because they touch something timeless within us, our primal longing for peace and balance. The mind often wanders when we lie down to sleep, filled with thoughts of yesterday and worries for tomorrow. But true rest comes only when we learn to dwell calmly in the present moment. Buddhism teaches that peace does not come from controlling the outer world, but from cultivating stillness within. As we step into this journey together, allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation. No effort is needed. Simply listen and rest. In this stillness, imagine your consciousness as a vast, clear sky. Thoughts may drift across like clouds, yet you remain the unchanging awareness behind them. This is the essence of mindfulness, gently observing your experience without becoming entangled in it. The Buddha taught that suffering does not arise from life's challenges themselves, but from our resistance to them. When we learn to observe rather than fight, we open a space for deep healing and rest. The journey toward peace begins with compassion for oneself. Many of us speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to a dear friend, criticizing our flaws, replaying mistakes in our minds, and demanding impossible standards of perfection. But the Buddha reminds us that true transformation begins with gentleness toward ourselves. As you prepare for sleep, offer yourself the gift of tender kindness. Let go of the harsh inner critic. Speak to yourself as you would to someone precious, worthy of patience and understanding. Notice how you speak to yourself in difficult times. Do you offer comfort and encouragement, or criticism and judgment? The words we choose in our inner dialogue shape the way we see ourselves and the world. When mistakes are made or challenges arise, harsh criticism only deepens the pain. Instead, we can practice self-compassion, acknowledging our humanity and treating ourselves with warmth, just as we would a close friend. Compassion does not mean ignoring the areas that need growth. It means approaching our journey with love and encouragement rather than sharp judgment. Like tending a delicate garden, we nurture our growth with care, not with force. Tonight, allow yourself to simply be a human being worthy of love, doing your best to navigate life's complexities. There is nothing to fix, nothing to solve. Your only task now is to rest completely. Your body is the sacred vessel carrying your consciousness across the river of life. In the Dharma, the Buddha encourages us to honor the body, not only for its appearance or abilities, but as an expression of gratitude for the precious gift of life. As you prepare for sleep, bring awareness to this form. Feel the points of contact between your body and the surface that supports you. Notice areas of tension and invite them to soften. Each breath nourishes every cell, delivering life to every corner. The Buddha saw the body as a temple for the mind. When we care for it with mindful choices, wholesome food, gentle movement, adequate rest, we foster harmony between body and mind. And it is this harmony that forms the foundation of inner peace. As you drift into sleep, be grateful for what your body allows you to experience: the beauty of a sunset, the warmth of an embrace, the sounds and flavors you love. Too often, we push our bodies beyond their limits, ignoring the signals of fatigue or discomfort. The middle way in Buddhism teaches us balance, neither indulgence nor force. Listen to the wisdom of your body tonight. Allow it to surrender fully into rest. Sleep is not merely the absence of wakefulness. It is a process of healing and renewal, moving in rhythm with nature's cycles. When you honor your need for sleep, you are honoring the temple itself. As we journey through life, we often set goals to guide our actions. Yet Buddhist wisdom offers a unique perspective on how to approach our aspirations. The concept of the middle way reminds us to set goals that challenge us just enough, but not so much that they drain us completely. Like stepping stones across a stream, each one close enough to reach, yet still carrying us forward. As you prepare for sleep, release your attachment to outcomes. Trust that your path is unfolding perfectly, even if the road looks different than what you once imagined. We often create suffering by setting goals shaped by others' expectations, rather than by our own true aspirations. The Buddha encourages us to look deeply into our motives to ensure our goals align with our most genuine values. Tonight, as your body softens into rest, ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What brings lasting fulfillment, not just fleeting satisfaction? When your goals reflect your authentic self, the journey toward them becomes as precious as the destination itself. Trouble only arises when we tie our happiness to a specific result. Buddhist philosophy teaches that peace comes from accepting the present moment while still working skillfully toward the future. Like a sailor adjusting the sails to shifting winds, we keep our direction steady, yet adapt to circumstances beyond our control. As you drift deeper into relaxation, let go of the need to control how your path unfolds. Trust that every experience, whether gentle or challenging, carries a seed of wisdom for the steps ahead. Life flows like a river, constantly changing, yet always following its natural rhythm. The Dharma teaches that resisting change only brings suffering, while embracing it reveals hidden gifts. When you approach change with curiosity rather than fear, you discover opportunities for growth in places you once saw only as obstacles. As sleep draws near, notice how your consciousness naturally shifts and transforms. Let yourself flow with these changes instead of resisting them. The threshold between wakefulness and sleep itself is a teacher of impermanence. Many spiritual traditions believe that growth happens at the edge of our comfort zone. The Buddha encourages us to open to new experiences, for each unfamiliar path expands both our wisdom and our compassion. But openness does not mean recklessness. It is conscious exploration, guided by awareness. As your body prepares for rest, reflect on how unexpected turns have shaped who you are. Often, our greatest progress comes from moments we would never have chosen. Resistance to change often stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of loss. But the Dharma reminds us that even these fears are impermanent. They are not fixed realities. When we meet fear with gentle awareness, its grip on us loosens. Tonight, if resistance arises, simply observe it without judgment. Then, with each exhale, imagine letting it go, making space within for acceptance and peace. The Buddha taught that the mind has extraordinary power to shape our experience. With training, we can cultivate a positive perspective, transforming the way we see the world. This does not mean denying hardship or pretending everything is perfect, but rather developing the ability to find meaning and opportunity even in adversity. As sleep approaches, let your attention rest on what is good in your life, no matter how small. A deep breath, a steady heartbeat, the warmth surrounding you now. Mindfulness is the foundation of a positive mind. When we train our attention to remain in the present, we free ourselves from the repetitions of the past and the anxieties of the future. The present moment reveals simple joys in each breath, the miracle of being alive, the comfort of rest, the peaceful rhythm of the heart. As you continue to relax, gently turn your attention toward the simple blessings that are always present, no matter how the outer world may change. A positive perspective naturally blossoms when we realize that our thoughts are not absolute truths, but merely clouds drifting across the sky of the mind. They come and go, shifting constantly. When we observe them with gentle curiosity, rather than immediately believing them, we gain the freedom to choose which thoughts are worth nurturing and which can simply drift away. As you prepare for deep sleep, if negative thoughts arise, do not try to chase them away. Simply observe them, knowing they do not define who you are, and let them pass like thin clouds in the wind. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of nurturing activities that bring genuine joy and deep contentment. In the busyness of life, we often postpone joy, believing it will only come after we have finished our tasks or achieved our goals. Yet, Buddhist wisdom reminds us that joy itself is a path to wisdom, not just a reward at the end. As you rest tonight, recall the activities that bring you true happiness, not just fleeting excitement, but a sense of rightness, depth, and calm. Such joy is different from short-lived pleasure. Pleasures come and go, but true joy nourishes the soul at a deeper level, often connected to creation, connection, or contribution. The Buddha encourages us to pay attention to what truly nourishes the spirit, for these are the things that bring harmony between our inner world and outer world. As sleep approaches, imagine yourself immersed in these soul-nourishing activities, feeling the gentle flow and fullness they bring. In the modern world, busyness is sometimes worn as a badge of honor, leaving little room for the pursuits that bring lasting fulfillment. Yet, the Buddha's teachings remind us that a life without joy can become mechanical, driven more by habit than by awareness. By consciously making space for the things that make us feel truly alive, we nurture a steady source of energy, helping us meet life's challenges with resilience. Tonight, as your body releases the tensions of the day, make a quiet promise to honor your need for activities that bring you joy, seeing them not as luxuries, but as essential nourishment. Gratitude is one of the most powerful practices for cultivating peace and contentment. The Buddha taught that a grateful heart naturally feels complete, while a mind focused on what is lacking will create suffering, no matter the circumstances. As sleep draws near, call to mind 3 simple things you are grateful for today. They need not be grand, perhaps the comfort of your bed, a kind word, or the beauty of the sky at sunset. When we train our attention to focus on what is worthy of appreciation, we change the way we experience the world. Practicing gratitude does not require changing our circumstances, only the direction of our gaze within. Even in difficult times, there are always small things to cherish. This practice does not deny hardship, it simply keeps it from filling the whole of our mind. As your body grows heavier, let the feeling of gratitude spread through you. Notice how it brings a sense of completeness and peace. Gratitude is not only something we hold in our hearts, it is also expressed outwardly through words of thanks to those who have contributed to our happiness. The Buddha encourages us to recognize the interconnection of all beings, that no one exists entirely on their own. As sleep comes closer, imagine yourself sending silent thanks to those who have walked alongside you,
teachers, friends, loved ones, and even strangers who have offered you a gentle moment along the way.
The practice of mindfulness is the foundation of Buddhist teaching. At its heart, mindfulness is bringing clear, non-judgmental attention to the experience unfolding in the present moment. As you continue to relax into sleep, gently bring your awareness to the sensations in your body, the weight of your arms and legs, the rhythm of your breath, the points of contact between your body and the surface that supports it. There is nothing to change. Simply observe with gentle curiosity. This simple practice anchors us in the present, the place where peace is always available. Many people believe mindfulness means stopping all thoughts or making the mind completely empty. But the Buddha taught something far more approachable. Mindfulness is simply being aware of what is happening with a friendly attitude toward it. Thoughts will naturally arise. The practice is to notice them without getting caught up in the stories they carry. As you drift deeper into sleep, notice how thoughts come and go in the mind. You don't need to chase them or push them away. Simply acknowledge their presence, then gently return your attention to the sensations of your body. Mindfulness also extends to emotions. In Buddhist teaching, emotions are seen as temporary states, not fixed parts of who we are. By noticing them with gentleness, we learn to feel them without being swept away. As you settle into sleep, notice any emotions that are present, whether pleasant or unpleasant. Allow them to be there, like ripples passing across the surface of a quiet lake. This acceptance creates space for healing to happen. The breath is a constant anchor for mindfulness. The Buddha taught many forms of meditation based on the breath, because it is the bridge that connects body and mind. As sleep comes closer, rest your awareness on the breath. Feel the natural rhythm of inhaling and exhaling without trying to control it. Notice the subtle sensations as the air moves through your nose, or the gentle rise and fall of your belly. This simple attention soothes the nervous system, helping the body prepare for peaceful rest. Buddhism teaches the deep interconnection of all living beings, describing reality as a vast web in which every action touches the whole. As you rest now, sense your connection to countless other beings also settling into rest tonight. Across rooftops, cities, and nations, millions share in this universal experience, sleep. Within this shared vulnerability, we recognize a common humanity that transcends our differences in waking life. Let this feeling of connection carry you deeper into relaxation. The Buddha taught that all beings share the same basic wishes: to be safe, to be happy, and to be free from suffering. When we see this common ground, we extend compassion not only to those close to us, but to all beings everywhere. As sleep draws near, imagine each breath connecting you with all of life. With every inhalation, you take in the air that sustains the whole. With every exhalation, you offer it back to the world. This simple exchange reminds us of our place in the vast network of existence. We live in a culture that often celebrates independence and self-reliance. Yet Buddhist wisdom reminds us that no being exists in isolation. Our lives are sustained by countless hands: the farmers who grow the rice, the builders who make the homes, the healers who prepare the medicines, the teachers who share their knowledge, and those who offer connection and care. As you prepare for sleep, feel gratitude for this vast web of support, still holding you even now as you rest. Your health and well-being are sustained by forces greater than yourself, allowing you to surrender fully into sleep. The seasons of the year remind us of the natural cycles of activity and rest. Just as winter brings stillness to prepare for the blossoming vitality of spring, our daily cycle of waking and sleeping allows for essential restoration. Yet many people struggle with sleep because they resist this natural rhythm, viewing rest as unproductive. Buddhist wisdom honors these natural cycles, recognizing that periods of quiet and renewal are necessary for sustaining our energy in the long run. As your consciousness drifts toward sleep, trust in this ancient pattern of renewal already unfolding within your own body. In Buddhist psychology, letting go is not loss. It is freedom. We release what no longer serves us: the tension, the worries, the regrets, making space for peace to arise. As sleep approaches, imagine each exhalation carrying away the dust of the day's fatigue. Your muscles soften, your thoughts slow, your attention gently loosens its grip on the stories of the day. This letting go happens naturally when we allow it. There is no need to force or strain. The body already knows how to find deep rest when we grant it permission to stop. The Buddha spoke of non-striving, the paradox that some states cannot be reached through effort, but only appear when we relax our grip on all effort. Sleep is one of the clearest examples. The harder we try to sleep, the more elusive it becomes. Instead, we prepare the conditions for sleep, then let it arrive like a guest who comes only when they know they are welcome. The connection between mind and body is a central thread in the Dharma. Our thoughts affect the body, and the body's state influences the mind. As you prepare for sleep, notice how your thoughts create subtle sensations. A worried thought may tighten the shoulders, while a peaceful image can soften the whole body. By choosing soothing images, we create physical conditions for rest. Picture a quiet forest, a gentle stream, or soft waves lapping against the shore. Notice how your body responds to these scenes. In Buddhist meditation, attention is often guided gradually through each part of the body to cultivate presence and dissolve tension. As sleep draws near, bring awareness slowly from the feet to the ankles, calves, knees, thighs, abdomen, then to the chest, shoulders, neck, and face. At each point, simply notice and invite it to relax. This body scan practice helps uncover and release hidden tension, while deepening the connection between mind and body, guiding you away from mental activity and back into the felt sense of being in the body. The transition from wakefulness to sleep is a special opportunity to witness the shifting nature of consciousness. For centuries, Buddhist practitioners have observed these liminal states, recognizing them as windows into the nature of the mind. As you drift into sleep, keep a gentle awareness to notice this transformation. Thoughts begin to take on the quality of dreams. The sense of the body shifts, or vague images may appear before sleep takes hold. Observe these changes with soft curiosity, both as a way to learn about the mind and as a way to allow the process of sleep to unfold naturally. In Buddhist practice, intention shapes the quality of our experience. Before sleep, setting a clear intention gently guides the mind as it moves into the unconscious. As you prepare to rest, plant a seed of intention for tonight's sleep. It may be for healing, for integrating the lessons of the day, or for welcoming inspiration for tomorrow. Picture this intention as a seed falling into the fertile soil of your awareness. Then let go without expecting a specific outcome. The deeper mind will tend to this seed as you sleep. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from craving and aversion, from wanting reality to be different than it is. This applies perfectly to sleep. When we desperately want to sleep but remain awake, frustration builds tension, pushing sleep even further away. Instead, practice accepting the present state. If sleep is still far off, rest in peaceful wakefulness. This acceptance loosens the knot, allowing sleep to arrive naturally. Even in sleep, the mind continues to process the day's experiences and emotions. In Buddhist psychology, this integration happens most effectively when we create the right conditions, not by analyzing or overthinking before bed, but by letting the deeper mind do its work. Many solutions and moments of clarity arrive in the morning, not because we forced them, but because we allowed the process to unfold in the stillness of sleep. The Buddha spoke of different levels of awareness, some accessible only in deep meditation, or in transitional states, such as the moments before sleep. As you drift toward rest, you may feel your awareness soften and expand. Don't try to hold on to it. Simply let it happen. Warm, slow, easy to sleep voice. Equanimity is a precious quality in the Dharma, a mind unshaken by change. This is especially helpful on nights when sleep is elusive. Remember, even without sleep, rest still nourishes the body. Accept the present moment exactly as it is, knowing that every state, even sleeplessness, is temporary. This balanced view can break the cycle of worry that often worsens insomnia. The Buddha taught that liberation comes from understanding, not from resisting reality. Applied to sleep, this means knowing your natural sleep rhythm, accepting that your body may need more or less sleep than others, and respecting that rhythm instead of forcing it. Release fixed ideas about how many hours you must sleep or the exact time you should fall asleep. Trust that your body will find its natural balance. Nature offers countless metaphors for rest and renewal. Trees letting go of their leaves in autumn, fields lying quiet between harvests, animals hibernating to restore strength.
These cycles remind us that rest is not the absence of activity. It is an essential part of vitality. As you prepare for sleep, see yourself as part of this natural rhythm. Your period of rest contributes to the greater cycle of life, the endless pattern of birth, death, and renewal. Sound can also be a powerful anchor to the present in mindfulness practice. As you prepare to sleep, tune into the sounds around you, distant noises, a sound from another room, or the quiet that holds them all, without labeling them as pleasant or unpleasant. Simply experience them as subtle vibrations touching your awareness.
The Buddha taught of impermanence, the ever-changing nature of all things. Applied to sleep, this reminds us that a restless night will eventually give way to rest, just as the darkest night will inevitably yield to the dawn. Remembering impermanence during moments of sleeplessness eases the suffering that comes from believing the present state will last forever. You may begin to see that every sensation, thought, and feeling naturally arises and dissolves without any effort on your part. The Dharma also teaches the middle way, avoiding the extremes. With sleep, this means finding balance between effort and surrender. We can prepare for rest with healthy habits, then release the need to control the exact moment it arrives. As you continue to relax, notice where your body still holds tension, perhaps in the jaw, the shoulders, or the hands. Each exhalation is an opportunity to soften further, finding that delicate balance between wakefulness and letting go. The Buddhist concept of refuge speaks of finding safety and support amid life's impermanence. As sleep draws near, create a place of refuge within your mind, a sense of being sheltered and held as you enter the tender threshold of rest. You might imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle sphere of light, cradled by compassion, or resting in the embrace of something greater than yourself. This feeling of safety allows the watchful parts of the mind to rest. In Buddhist psychology, peace arises naturally when we remove the obstacles, rather than forcing a special state to appear. Sleep is much the same. It comes when the barriers are dissolved. As you continue to settle, notice what might be standing between you and rest. Perhaps the wish to fall asleep quickly, a worry about tomorrow, or a discomfort in the body. There's no need to fight them, just notice. This awareness is like the early morning sun, gently dissolving the mist. The Buddha spoke of right attention, directing the mind toward what brings peace rather than what stirs agitation. As sleep approaches, guide your awareness toward restful sensations, the support beneath your body, the soft heaviness in your arms and legs, the gentle darkness around you. When the mind wanders to lively thoughts, gently return it to these elements that nurture rest. In the Buddhist tradition, loving-kindness meditation, metta, nurtures compassion for oneself and for all beings. As you drift towards sleep, silently offer these blessings. May I rest in peace. May I be safe and at ease. May I awaken refreshed, with a clear mind and a vibrant body. Then extend these wishes to loved ones, to those you know, even to those you find difficult to accept, and finally, to all beings. May all beings sleep peacefully. May all beings be safe and happy. This practice loosens the tightness in the heart, creating an emotional space ideal for deep, restorative rest. As sleep nears, your breath naturally shifts, becoming slower, deeper, and more even. Meditation traditions use this natural change as an anchor for attention and to calm the nervous system. Let the breath find its own rhythm. You may notice it dropping deeper into the belly. There is no need to control it. Simply appreciate this natural process, for it is carrying you gently closer to sleep with each passing moment. In Buddhist practice, the shift from doing to simply being is an important turning point. This is especially true for sleep, a moment when we must set aside the role of the doer, with all the goals, plans, and responsibilities of the day. As the mind prepares to enter sleep, notice any lingering sense of being the one who must do, the urge to complete something, the worry about solving a problem, or the effort to control your own experience. Tonight, there is nothing you need to do, nothing to achieve, nothing to prove, nothing to hold on to. Your only task is to allow yourself to rest and simply be. The Buddha taught that joy can be found in any moment when we are free from the craving for a different experience. Contentment with what is, known in some traditions as santusti, brings a deep sense of ease. As sleep approaches, practice being fully content with whatever is present, whether you feel drowsy or still awake, whether your body is perfectly comfortable or only mildly at ease. This complete acceptance reveals a quiet layer of peace that has always been there, hidden beneath the waves of wanting and resisting. In many Buddhist traditions, teachers remind us that our deepest nature is never disturbed, no matter how emotions, thoughts, or circumstances may change. Like the depths of the ocean, still and unmoved beneath the waves, our pure awareness remains quiet beneath all the mind's movements. As sleep comes closer, let your attention rest in this depth of stillness, where you are simply the observer, watching thoughts, sensations, and images drift by without being swept away. Rest in this presence, allowing the ripples to settle like snow falling slowly in a glass globe. Non-judgment is central to this practice. Often, sleeplessness is not caused only by a busy mind, but also by the way we judge the experience itself. This is terrible. I can't sleep. Tomorrow I'll be exhausted. Tonight, pause all evaluation. There is no right or wrong way to fall asleep. There is only the experience unfolding in its own time, in its own way.
When you release the layer of judgment, a great source of tension naturally dissolves, leaving space for the body and mind to truly rest. The Dharma also reminds us that all experiences arise from causes and conditions. Nothing happens in isolation or by accident. Sleep, too, arises from the conditions gathered throughout the day. The food we eat, how we move, our level of stress, the amount of light we've absorbed, and even the quality of the thoughts we've nurtured. As you lie here, notice which method is drawing you closest to rest. Honor your own path, without comparing it to anyone else's. In Buddhist philosophy, the teaching of dependent origination reminds us that nothing exists in isolation. Everything arises from interaction and connection. Sleep is a perfect example of this. It emerges from the harmonious relationship between body, mind, environment, and the natural cycle of day and night. As sleep draws near, notice how these elements work together in quiet rhythm. Darkness prompts the pineal gland to release melatonin. The body's temperature naturally drops, and brain waves slow into deeper, steadier patterns. Trust in this biological process, one that has been preserved through countless generations before you. The Buddha taught that clinging to results brings suffering, while skillful effort without attachment brings peace. Applied to sleep, this means preparing a restful environment and healthy bedtime habits, then releasing the pressure to fall asleep right now. As your mind grows heavier, if you notice a trace of tension from wanting to sleep, soften and gently remind yourself, my role is to create the conditions. Sleep will come in its own time. A thread running through the Dharma is deep trust in natural processes. When we align our rhythm with nature rather than resist it, we discover an effortless sense of flow. Sleep is one of the purest of these natural processes, guided by the ancient biological wisdom present since the dawn of life. As you sink into rest, imagine yourself being carried in the arms of this wisdom, an ageless intelligence that has sustained all living beings through each cycle of day and night. The Buddha emphasized patience, a steady, unhurried presence that allows things to unfold in their own time. This is especially important in the transition into sleep. Any sense of urgency only adds tension, making the process more difficult.
As sleep approaches, let go of all thoughts that it should happen faster or should feel different. Allow the process to be exactly what it is, like a flower that only blooms when sunlight, water, and time come together in harmony. The Dharma teaches that suffering does not come from discomfort itself, but from our resistance to it. This is true for sleepless nights as well. The greatest discomfort often isn't the wakefulness, but our continual fight against it. As you lie in rest, try allowing any restlessness or alertness to exist without resistance. Simply acknowledge, "This is my state right now." This complete acceptance often loosens the knot of unease, making space for sleep to arrive naturally. The Buddha also spoke of right attention, directing awareness toward what nourishes peace rather than what stirs anxiety. When the mind wanders toward worries, plans, or memories, gently guide it back to the comfort of your blanket, the steady rhythm of your breath, and the quiet space surrounding you. In Buddhism, the practice of separating the event from the story the mind builds can ease much of our suffering. The event may be as simple as, "I am still awake," but the story might be, "This is terrible. I'll be exhausted tomorrow." When you recognize this, you can release the story and simply remain with the event, removing the self-imposed pressure. In Buddhist psychology, the mind is said to operate in two modes. The doing mode, where the mind analyzes, plans, and solves problems, and the being mode, where we simply experience life directly without interference. Sleep requires a shift from doing to being. Yet many find it difficult to sleep because they remain in the doing mode, thinking about work, planning for tomorrow, or trying to solve what remains unfinished. As you prepare for rest, notice which mode you are in. If you find yourself still doing, gently return your attention to direct sensory experience. The weight of your body on the bed, the feel of the blanket against your skin, the rise and fall of your belly with each breath. The Buddha taught that when the right conditions are present, the result will naturally arise without force. Sleep is no different. You cannot make yourself sleep,
but you can prepare the conditions so that it comes on its own. Ensure your space is comfortable, the light dim, the temperature pleasant, the surroundings quiet. Then, like a flower that blooms when it has enough sunlight and water, sleep will arrive when all elements are in harmony. The concept of shunyata, or emptiness in Buddhism, is not nothingness, but the openness of reality when we release rigid concepts. As sleep approaches, you may feel the mind naturally becoming empty, thoughts thinning out, ideas softening, and a spaciousness opening within. There is no need to erase the mind. Simply allow it to clear, as clouds drift from a sky touched by a gentle wind. In this openness, deep sleep will quietly find you. Ancient scriptures describe sleep as a natural blessing, a daily opportunity to surrender control and trust in the greater rhythm that holds us. As the body journeys into rest, feel gratitude for this gift, a gift that restores both body and mind without requiring you to do anything but allow it to happen. Mindfulness practice often begins with connecting to the five senses. As sleep draws near, spend a few moments noticing the softness of the pillow beneath your head, the quiet sounds around you, the faint scent in the air, the lingering taste in your mouth, and the dim light or darkness behind closed eyes. This attention draws you out of the cycle of thought and back into direct experience, creating the conditions for sleep to form. The Buddha described consciousness as a continuous stream, changing moment by moment. As you drift toward rest, notice how that stream slows, how thoughts become less linear, how images grow softer and more fluid. There's no need to hold on. Just watch as it carries you toward the still waters of sleep. In many traditions, reflecting on the elements, earth, water, fire, wind, and space, helps us feel part of the natural world. As sleep approaches, sense the stability of earth in your bones, the softness of water in your blood and cells, the warmth of fire in the body's living heat, the movement of wind in your breath, and the vast space within your awareness. Recognizing your place in this greater whole makes it easier for the mind to lay down its burdens and enter rest. In the spirit of Sangha, the community of practice, remember you are never practicing alone. Right now, across the planet, countless beings are joining you in the act of falling asleep. This connection crosses all boundaries, bringing a quiet sense of shared peace. The Buddha taught that happiness comes from wanting what you already have, rather than always craving something different. When sleep seems slow to arrive, you can still find peace in simply lying here, in the slowing of your breath and in the stillness surrounding you. Now, let your mind rest in the role of the witness, sitting at the bank of the river of consciousness, watching thoughts, sensations, and images drift by like leaves on the water. No need to intervene, just watch. As the doorway to sleep opens, step through as if entering a sacred space where the body is restored, the mind renewed, and the heart nourished by deep stillness. May you sleep peacefully. May this body rest fully. May this mind be quiet and clear. May you wake with gratitude and new vitality.